This morning, clearing money blocks. With all the grim news about the economy, are you finding yourself afraid to spend any money? Or do you have a different money issue? Life coach Michelle Bersell joins us with some advice for dealing with the emotional side of the downturn. And it really is emotional.
It is, absolutely. And that's where so many people have gone wrong, is that they're looking just to solid tips as to what to do with our money without looking at the emotional piece. And our emotions go into our shopping and buying and spending all the time.
How do I figure out what my block is? Or if I have one?
Yes. Well, some of the things that I would like to share with us today is to show they're really in there in from the little things that we buy to the big things that we buy. And so what I brought along today is money.
Real money?
Real money.
Okay.
And I want you to think about real money and your paycheck and what thoughts come to you of where that money goes.
I think about what bills are due, gassing up my car.
Yes.
Grocery store, like the essentials.
The essentials, yes. The mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we look at this. And what comes to us about where we spend?
Vacation to an island.
That's right.
You know,
the fun stuff.
The fun stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is what I want us to show, that there is an emotional tie just with how we're looking at money. And they're both just paper, really,
yes.
right? But we put an emphasis on real money as it has to go to the essentials first. And
then there's a worry, because as I see that, I'm like, oh, wow, is that $10 going to stretch for everything that I needed to do?
Right, absolutely, yes. And so there's worry upon it. Versus the fake money is more fun, carefree, and we need to also have that element with how we actually spend our money.
We're getting mixed messages, because some who say, okay, we need to have, you know, the fun money and the economy to get things going, but then you also have economists that saying save everything, and you know, you never know what's going to happen next. And so how do I get, there's some truth to that I think I need to save money, but how do I make it okay to spend maybe $2 on a coffee?
Yes, well, here's the thing. When we say that this money, the real money, is just for the essentials, we miss out on having the fun. And then we get in this deprivation mode, which is what I think really got us to the place that we are now, where we're in debt so much, because really we feel deprived when we don't give ourselves those nurturing things. So in our mind, the fun money goes to vacations. And that's kind of a grandiose sense of being nurtured.
Right.
But if we're not spending the money in little ways that nurture us, then we feel deprived. And we only think that people that have this money that's discretionary, that we
can
to
blow,
spend,
to burn.
yes, only happens to the wealthy. And so what we end up doing is we spend money on things that make us feel wealthier, so that we don't feel as deprived, which has gotten us in this debt.
The problem. So buying what we can't afford.
Yes.
Michelle, thank you for the tip. So think about that. What are your money blocks? We have them even when you go to the grocery store, when you're putting something back because you're like, not this week.